Okay, so we may be barely into fall, but for powder hounds, it's never too early to start thinking about snow. And as soon as it starts accumulating up at Bogus Basin, you can bet plans will be laid for jaunts up the mountain. Heading up the mountain is only slightly more habitual than what happens on the way up. Why we're talking about winter traditions on an 80-degree-plus day in September, well, that will become apparent in a moment. But in the meantime, if you're new to the 208 or you've never skied up at Bogus, maybe you need a refresher on the Troll Patrol in tonight's 208 callback. You might think a day up at Bogus Basin begins on the ski lift. Nope. Or maybe when you click into those skis? How about the parking lot? Not even close. Diehards say your day at Bogus begins on Bogus Basin Road, about 4 miles up to be exact, where the asphalt is accentuated by an acoustic cattle grate. But just crossing it is only part of it. What's the story of the cattle grate?
It's just, I think skiers in general are very superstitious.
That superstition stems from not what's on the road, but what supposedly lives under it.
The trolls?
You just want me to talk about the troll?
That's our legend up here at Bogus Basin. You open your doors. You have to open your doors.
As soon as you go over that cattle grate, you got to open the doors.
It's a legend.
Oh, gosh.
That's lived
Well,
a long time.
in the 60s.
The trolls are even celebrated with an eclectic collection at the crossing and with a sign behind the Simplot Lodge bar. However, their origin story is rather elusive. Some say it started as snow snakes that you would lift your feet to avoid.
And somehow it's evolved into trolls. How that happened, I have no clue.
These days, avoiding this tradition and the trolls is done so at your own risk.
I've heard it that you let the troll in because he's good luck on the way up.
They move around, they kick snow up, they will actually make snow.
And by giving the trolls a ride up to the resort, you're guaranteeing a good day on the slopes.
So when you ski, then the snow will be good. The trolls make the snow good.
But oh, if you don't.
Oh, I don't know. We've never not done it. You just got to do it.
The weather conditions will change. You know, it'll get icy, more bumps in the road.
Maybe you didn't do it one day, you forgot to, and you had a really bad day. You wrecked hard or you got hurt. I don't know.
There's a lot that's left to the imagination with this mythical mystery, like how it got started.
If you don't do it or you don't know about it, somebody's going to be in front of you and all of a sudden they open their door and you're like, what the heck is that?
As for how it keeps going, well, that's easy to see.
One of our friends always did it, and we didn't really know what they were doing, so we asked about it, and then we just started doing it.
I heard it from my dad about it.
Kind of like that family time on the hill. It's just another way of opening and closing the generation gap on the way up the hill.
And if you've been skiing here since you were a kid, you know, in the 60s, the 70s, and 80s, and you did that when you were younger, it's just something that we get to do as a parent. Like, you get to instill in your kids and be like, hey, this is fun, you know?
You also have to know what goes up must also come down.
When you cross that cattle guard, you open the door and you let them out so they can have a good night's rest.
And be ready for another day.
It's something we do going up Bogus.
And it's something most of us will continue to do going up Bogus, but it's not going to be the same this season. That cattle guard, or that cattle grate, whatever you want to call it, has been in place on Bogus Basin Road for decades. Put in about the time, if not just before, when it was paved back in the 1960s. Repaired and replaced many times over the years, sure. However, for the first time in more than a half century, the Snow Snakes, or the Troll Patrol residence, is getting a complete renovation. Very soon, your drive up to Bogus Basin is about to look and feel a bit different. Because that cattle grate, that historic hiding place of the fortunate trolls, is going away, thanks to the Ada County Highway District. You've skied up at Bogus.
Yes, sir.
You know about the trolls.
Yes, sir.
You understand what you're doing here then?
Improving the troll's house, 100%.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah.
The troll's house, which used to just be a pipe under the cattle grate, will now be a fully enclosed box culvert. Okay, why?
Well, it was really causing a lot of damage to the road every season. It was very expensive to repair, and there's no cattle that are grazing over here anymore.
ACHD says the bouncing of that cattle grate under heavy traffic wasn't great for the asphalt edges, costing the county 5 times as much to maintain this section of road than the rest. Why not just get rid of it entirely?
Because we wanted to keep that the troll aspect for people. So still have the cattle guard, keep the troll signs up, and keep it looking like it did before.
Meaning the tradition of trolling will continue through the addition and vibration of the rumble strips. And that custom of chucking change or guitar picks for good luck?
That's all change that people had thrown down into the cattle grate.
Yeah, that's sticking around too. All right, so yeah, you guys are sticking to it.
As much as we can.
That's awesome. So the rattle will roll on, just in asphalt instead of alloy. So the whole point is to keep the illusion going.
Keep the allure going. Mystique and aura.
You got to keep it going.
Keep those traditions going. Traditions are important to the community. We don't want to take away the tradition. We just want to make it so the road is a little bit safer and a little bit less expensive to maintain for the taxpayer.
So best of both worlds.
I sure hope so. That's our intent.
ACHD tells us they've been working on this upgrade for the past couple of years. It's just taken this long to bring it all together. Okay, so what happens to those metal grates they took out? Maybe you're thinking, hey, I'd like to buy those. Kind of like when BSU got rid of their old AstroTurf and then started selling off pieces. Well, we're told those grates are going to the landowner who put them in the first place. That'd be Charles Gibson, who hasn't run cattle in the foothills for years. ACHD says the rumble strips will be officially unveiled. They're going to take out those wooden planks, and they'll be back in full service this Thursday.